I just bought 800 pounds of clothing. Let's break it open. Hey, and welcome back to the Flip Factory. I'm Trent, and in today's video, we're breaking this 800-pound pallet of clothing open. If you're brand new to the channel, 2025 was my first full year of reselling, and I did just over $200,000 of sales on eBay and Poshmark. I sell on 4 different platforms: eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. And for those 4 platforms, I like to list 30 items a day. So that means going to the thrift store, that means going to flea markets, yard sales, all of that kind of stuff to source these items. I'm trying a new way to source today, and that is buying a pallet of clothing. Today I've got my wife and some of our family here to help me sort through this pallet because I'd probably be here for a day or two doing it on my own. So we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna be sorting the clothing into 5 different categories: the higher profit items, the bread and butter items, the I need to look it up items, the donate pile, and the trash or throwaway pile. With any wholesale that you buy, usually there's a few items in it that aren't sellable, or maybe they're stained or something. So I am expecting that. However, there really shouldn't be that many items in this pallet. From the time of buying the item to getting here, it took about 2 weeks to ship out. It shipped from California, and I'm in the Charlotte area. So that's about normal, I would say, for getting an 800-pound pallet of clothing shipped here. It was supposed to come on Tuesday, and today is Thursday, so it was 2 days late. It's not the supplier's fault, just that's what happens with shipping. However, on Tuesday, it was 65 degrees, bright and sunny. It was a beautiful day. Today, the high is like 35 with a wind chill of like 25, so it's freezing. We picked a great day to sort these clothes. Make sure you stick around till the end of this video for the cost per item and also the breakdown of what I think this profit will be from this pallet, as well as, am I gonna do it again? Because we're buying so much clothing all at once, I did have to expand the Flip Factory a little bit. So it's my garage and also a small 10 by 20 storage unit that I'm renting for now as we get this pile of clothes, as well as tune in the next few weeks for the video that's coming out of us picking up an even larger amount of clothes. We're gonna be loading up a U-Haul truck, so stay tuned for that video coming up. But for now, let's rip open this pallet. So we're probably like maybe a quarter of the way through, maybe not even. And we've finally gotten to some really good stuff. I was a little worried because the first top, maybe like 60 to 70 pieces, was a little lower end, like Tommy Hilfiger. I don't really sell Tommy Hilfiger in my store, but now we're getting to literally like hundreds of pairs of Levi's and Lucky Brand jeans, which is a great thing. So we're gonna keep on breaking this down. Lots of Polo Ralph Lauren as well. Lots of like Polo shirts in Polo Ralph Lauren. So that's a big plus too. And not too many of them that are damaged. Some that are pretty wrinkly, but that's not a problem. We'll lay them out. And once you lay out a bunch of clothes and stack them up, like in my pile where I go to list them, those wrinkles usually work their way out pretty well, or we'll just stick them, throw maybe a few of them, a big pile of them in a load of wash or something like that. So excited for what we're gonna keep on digging through now. I'll show you what it looks like inside the pallet. So here's the pallet. It's broken down pretty, maybe again, like a quarter of the way through, maybe not even, but now it's just loads and piles of jeans. So as you can see, we've worked through these piles a good bit. Try to get my shadow out of here. So lots of Polo Ralph Lauren. This is just a pile of Polo Ralph Lauren, which is great. These are really cool. That's a really cool Wrangler jacket right there. These piles I haven't even been going through. My wife and her sister are going through all this stuff. So this is Levi's, new with tags jeans, lots of vintage, new with tags Levi's. So cool stuff. And over here is just some stuff I've been picking through, new with tags. I'm not as neat as they are, but I've picked out some pretty cool jackets here that we got to look up. This really cool Chase DuPont jacket. So really, really cool jacket. And that's pretty much it. Quite a few of these, just new with tag Dickies. Looking at like maybe 15 to 20 bucks plus shipping. They're unhemmed, unfinished. So not bad. This is a cool pair. I have no idea what these are worth, but that's juicy across the butt. Nice pair of baggy wide leg jeans, cargo too. So I'll throw up a comp on the screen for this. I'm sure this is worth pretty good. I want to show you some random pulls from the piles and from the pallet. This is a vintage Tommy Hilfiger embroidered sweatshirt on that super cool 90s tag. This is a nice vintage Disney Resorts Tigger, like Winnie the Pooh crew neck sweatshirt. Another nice pull. Then we have this great Eddie Bauer jacket. This is a Weather Edge Plus jacket, kind of a lightweight outdoor hiking performance jacket. Those keywords will help it sell fast. This was a cool find. We found a lot of more jerseys than I thought we would. This is a Doug Christie Sacramento Kings jersey on a vintage Reebok tag and in a size extra large. Should sell very quickly and for some good money, much better than what I thought even when I was looking it up. We found a lot of jerseys. So this was a Rob Gronkowski jersey, new with tags Nike. I'm not a Gronkowski fan at all, being a Carolina Panthers fan, but I'll sell his stuff. I don't care. This is a men's size small. So that comp that you saw, that was 150 bucks. This won't sell for 150, but should sell for maybe 75 or 80 bucks. These are Wonder Under leggings from Lululemon. These things sell all the time for 20 bucks, 25 bucks plus shipping. Then we have a really cool new with tags Adidas Steph Curry jersey. This is a youth size, I think a youth size medium, and it will sell for good money. On this, very cool. Has a little problem though, it's vintage starter, but the zipper on the front is broken a little. So, still a great piece.
You can see us better because that other one is in the sun.
Our 2-year-old waiting patiently for lunch. All right, another update. It is really windy now, so it's for a reason, but we're probably 3/4 of the way done, I think, and we've got a lot of clothes. So piles of jeans, piles of Levi's. Pretty impressed with the stuff now so far. Got some North Face, got lots of Polo Ralph Lauren, lots of vintage stuff, even big jackets, some jerseys even. Got some Dan Marino jerseys, this cool Wrangler PBR shirt, bull riding. Lots of jerseys in there. And then this is how much we have left over, or left to go through. But as you can hear, wind is picking up and it feels like it's like 15 degrees out here. And for those of you that are up north, that's nothing to you. But for us Southerners, it's cold. So we're about 3/4 of the way through. As you can see here, see the bin, it's looking pretty low, and we're down to some more really good stuff like Levi's and more jeans. It's looking pretty good. We still have a lot to do. We got to break down these massive piles behind me to into bins. So we'll get jeans into one pile of bins. There's a lot of jeans. We'll probably leave the bigger stuff out, like jackets and hoodies, sweatshirts. There's a lot of puffer vests and stuff. So we'll leave that stuff out, get it listed right away because we're already midway through January. And then all of the short sleeve stuff, shorts, jerseys, polo shirts, that kind of stuff, even the button-ups, we'll wait and list those as we get through the rest of this stuff. There's a lot of stuff here, which is awesome. So excited to keep breaking this thing down. We got a lot more good stuff in here, and we'll keep you updated. All right. Whoa. Well, it's very windy, freezing cold, and we're pretty much done. Got a large pile of stuff here. Sadly, this is like a really cool piece, San Francisco piece, but the pallet kind of broke open and it dragged all across the United States probably. So, oh well, that'll go into the trash pile, but very cool piece nonetheless. We're going to now package up all of this stuff into boxes. So we've just pretty much sorted everything out into different types of clothing. Now we're gonna package it up into boxes, keep some of it in the garage, and then take some of it, the rest of it, most of it, over to the storage unit. We are wrapping it up now. We've just finished putting everything into bins, kind of categorizing it. We've got some labels, some jeans, shirts, and yard sale labels to put on the bins. We're gonna pack everything up, stick them in the bins, head over to the storage unit and put all of it away. Really happy with the pallet. It's a lot of jeans. I mean, the bins behind me that you see right here are just full of Levi's, Wrangler cowboy cuts, and a lot of Lucky brand and some other good brands. So really pleased with that, the amount of jeans that were in this. There was a lot of stuff like this pile behind me, these bins here, that just I'm not able to sell on eBay. They're not worth my time to list. They don't sell for very much either. So a lot of Tommy Hilfiger polos, US Polo Assignment or whatever that brand is. That's like a Polo Ralph Lauren wannabe, just cheap brands. So that stuff we may try to take to a flea market. I may lot it all up and just sell it cheap here in the area on Facebook. But other than that, we're finishing it up. It's a good thing because it's getting a little bit late and it's also the temperature is dropping. So I know I've said like 5 times that we're freezing. It is cold. So we're gonna load all this stuff up, head over to the storage unit, and we'll break everything down. All right, we are at the storage unit. This is the 10 by 22 unit that I picked up recently. I have some inventory here left over from a buyout that I did that now I'm just trying to get rid of quickly because I've got a lot of inventory coming. And some of that are these boxes right here. These are the boxes from the pallet. So we've loaded them up. Wasn't that many that I took over here. I kept a lot more in my garage than I thought I would. But again, I'm going to try to get rid of those jackets and those jeans as fast as possible because it is mid-January, and so the time for those jackets is running out. So we're going to head back to the garage and we'll wrap up this video. We went through and semi-counted everything that we're going to be keeping. So the stuff that was either trash, which wasn't that many items, a small little box, when you compare it to, you know, probably 800 to 850 items, it's not that much. But also, we also made a pile of like yard sale stuff that was probably like 50 pieces, 50 to 60 pieces. That's just not stained and not ripped up or anything like that, but just kind of a quality that we don't want to try to sell it on eBay. Not necessarily the quality of the item, but the actual brand, like Tommy Hilfiger polos, that kind of stuff. If there's, I'm going to go through everything again, and if there's a bunch of polos in the same size and they're not too dusty or anything, I might wash them and then try to group them up and sell them. They sell well in groups. You know, a lot of 3 Tommy Hilfiger size extra large polo shirts, golf, preppy, those kind of keywords, and they should sell pretty well. But for the most part, a lot of there was a few, you know, boys size 16 Levi 511s. Those on their own don't sell the best, but I think I found a set of 3 of those. So I'll lot those up and sell them. So there was a few things like that in the pallet where you just have to get kind of creative and they'll sell pretty easy. All in all, I'm very pleased with this pallet. If you look at reviews of most pallet places, they're not good. Especially clothing pallets. Usually people are just throwing all the trash into those pallets. This place did not, and I am gonna go ahead and share where I got it from. This is from David Paleo at Active Apparel Zone. He's based out of California. If you don't follow his channel, which I'm sure almost all of you probably do if you're following mine, he's got a big YouTube channel and also a big Instagram account. So go on there, follow him. You can join his group. Currently, he has a wait list for the pallets. This is not a sponsored video at all. This is just an honest review. I think for me and my business, the pallet game doesn't really fit it so well. First of all, I really like finding the stuff. I really enjoy the actual sourcing. So that's one reason why I don't think the pallet game really works for me. The other reason why is I have access to really good inventory where I'm at. So I think for those that are out there that maybe you don't have very many thrift stores around you, or maybe you have a ton of thrift stores, but they're just ridiculously overpriced, this option would be fantastic for you. I probably got 750 to 800 items that I'll be listing onto eBay. That's almost an entire month's worth of sourcing for me, which is probably the best part of this pallet, is just all the time that I just bought back for myself. But for those that struggle to find inventory or it's too expensive, buying a pallet like this could really be a positive for your business, could really help jumpstart it. If you follow David's Instagram account, he's got so many people on that Instagram or on that account where he shares their success stories. So it obviously works. And I think with what I spent on this pallet, I basically spent about what I would normally spend on inventory in my area. Maybe just a little bit more than that. Basically, probably like $5 to $5.50 per item that I kept, which is a great deal. I mean, I got a lot of brand new with tag stuff that's going to sell for 40, 50 bucks, but then a lot of jeans that sell for maybe 15, 20 bucks plus shipping. So it's a big mixture. It's a lot of stuff that I usually pick up anyways. Tons of Levi, tons of Wrangler. Lots of cool jackets. I've literally got this box full of jeans here, and then you can see, I don't know if you can see past this box, but there's just piles of jackets on this cart. I haven't even actually seen everything. My wife and her sister went through a lot of it, and they don't really know brands that well. I mean, they know some brands, but they don't really know eBay brands that well, what sells well on eBay. So I have a lot to still go through, but I'm already, with just what I touched and saw out there, I'm really impressed with what was in it. And I could definitely see myself using this again. That being said, next week I'm heading a few hours away to do the biggest buyout I've ever done. And I feel like a lot of times these buyouts are the best way for me personally to source for my business. This person has a massive eBay store. They've completely stopped sales because I've told them that I'm going to buy their store. They have tens of thousands of sales through the last couple of years, 99.9% positive feedback. So their stuff is good, it's clean, it's nice stuff. And then the biggest pro to buying inventory like this is I get to go to their store on they share their store link. So I get to go onto their store and look through every single item that's listed. Did I go through all? There's over 5,000 listings at this store, on this store. I did not go through all of them. But what I did do is just search the name brands. So I searched, Lululemon, I searched Levi's, I searched Vuori, I searched, I can't think of any names right now, but Abercrombie Fitch, even the word vintage I searched just to see how many pieces they had that showed up. But when you search those items on their store and you filter it by price and you see all these items that they have listed for $200 or $100 plus, it was a lot of items, and they're really high quality brands, stuff that I even struggle to find where I'm at. So this purchase I'm so excited about, and we will be making a video about it as well, just like this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. To completely recap, I bought an 800-pound pallet. It was full of clothes. I have enough inventory now to not even really need to source. I will still source because I'm addicted to it, but I don't have to be as aggressive when I'm sourcing. I can wait and pick up the really nice items instead of having to get 30 every single day. I have enough now to not need to list for an entire month. And then I'm picking up enough inventory next week to last me like 5 to 6 months. So really cool stuff that's happening. I'm excited for this channel, and I hope you'll tune in next week for the next video. Thank you for joining us for this pallet unboxing. And if you haven't, please subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, comment below any questions you might have about reselling or eBay or even these pallets. And we will see you on the next one.